Okay. Am
Oh
I
my
too
God.
loud? Am I too
You
soft?
are you are perfect. You look so official right now. I am in love. I am in love.
OMG. We're like official.
Okay. You are always a sight for sore eyes when I'm having a crazy day, Lily.
We do that for each other because, woo, it'd be some days.
Oh my God, good to see you. First of all, everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome to Saturday. Saturday's Block Talent Battle on the Block. I am YouTube's and your favorite devil's advocate and bad girl, host, co-host of Block Talent Battle, Jen. And we have the lovely and talented.
Lily Washington of YB Limited. It's spelled the letter Y, the letter B, the word limited. That is on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram and TikTok. Yeah, all of those places. You can find me.
All those. And if you're looking for me on the block with Jen on all social media platforms, welcome to Block Talent Battle. We have some talent backstage. I'm sure we have some talent lurking who are like, what is this about? I don't know if I want to come up yet. And we also have to announce last week's winner. Every week we have a $100 cash prize winner. Every single week, someone wins $100 cash prize depending on how many votes they get. So we just want to get that out the way real quick because we like paying the bills here up front. Alexis Underwood is last week's winner. Alexis
Yay!
Underwood is last week's winner. She was a singer. She sang her rendition of "Crazy" by Gnarls Barkley, right?
Hmm.
She won. Now, unfortunately, she doesn't have social media, so I did email her early because we like paying people on the day of. So I emailed her. So Alexis, if you're watching or one of Alexis' friends watching, let her know she won. Reply to my email so we can get her money ASAP.
Yes, I'm
Okay,
here
so
for it.
congratulations to Alexis. She is last week's winner. We'll see who wins this week. Really quickly, if you're here for the first time, you don't know how Block Talent Battle works. People from everywhere come up to compete. We give them 2 minutes exactly. Lily and I judge. We tell them what they think, what we think they could have done better, or if they were really good. And then the chat holds us down. They vote. You throw their name into the chat to vote for them. Okay, don't say, I like that guy or I like that girl, because when we count the votes, we have no idea who that guy or that girl was. So you must put their name into the chat. You can only vote one time, put their name one time. Now, if you love them and you're like, no, I wish I could vote more than one time, you can. If you do a $5 super chat, that's extra 5 votes. 10 extra votes. 20 extra votes. Okay, we've had people here vote with $100. You know what I mean? To make that person the front runner or win. You also have a week until the next Block Talent Battle to vote. So make sure your friends and your family are watching, and make
Hmm.
sure you get them to our page because they have a week to vote. Where do they vote? Right underneath where you perform. They throw your name in the comment section. Okay. We've had people winning in the chat, and then their friends and family start voting throughout the week and put them forward all the way to the winning circle. So it is up to you. You guys decide who wins and who loses. Lily and I do not. We just judge and keep the party going. We appreciate all the talent. So if you're watching, I know some talent may be watching. I was like, I don't know that I'm scared. Don't be scared. You can get this $100. And I got to say this, people have been winning this $100 really, really easy because a lot of people are scared to come
Hmm.
up here. Okay. So it's not like we have 10, 15, 20 people competing. Sometimes there's only 3, 4 people that come up. So really you have a 1 in 4 chance, a 1 in 3 chances to win $100 cash just for sharing your art and your talent. So please, we encourage talent from everywhere. And if it's not you and you know a rapper, a singer, a dancer, a twerker, a poet, a beatboxer, we've had all of those up here. Let them know to come on up and compete for their $100 cash. Okay, Lily, what would you like to share with the people before I start bringing up the talent? Because I see some talent backstage already.
I'm loving it. I only got one thing to say. I think Alexis is in the chat. So I think
Is
she's
she?
under Zen, if I'm not mistaken. I think she's under Zen. So
Okay.
congratulations, Alexis. We're going to make sure we get you your coins. Okay.
Absolutely. Congratulations. Everyone loved her rendition of Crazy,
Yes.
as did we, but we couldn't vote, right? We could not vote.
I'm glad though, because
Yeah.
it would. it was good last week. I didn't know who I would have voted for.
Yeah, no, we had some great talent last week. We really, really did. We had the singer, he did Hamilton. We had our rapper slash singer. It was really, really good last
Hmm.
week. So I was curious to see who the chat and who the vote was going to be for. But they loved Alexis. Congrats again. Just shoot me your cash app, or we'll figure it out behind the scenes how I can get you your cash today. Okay, doll? And thank you
Mm.
so much for sharing your talent. So, Lily, are you ready?
I'm always ready to see talent. I'm always ready to see artists do their thing. So yes, bring them on up. Oh, but before we bring them on up,
Uh-oh.
you all make sure you hit the like button. If you're watching the playback, you're not exempt. Make sure you hit the like button. With that being said, let's see the talent.
Okay, so first up, hold us down, chat. Quick note too: if you competed last week or any week and you didn't win, you could come back and compete again because you
Yeah,
may not have been better than that week, but maybe next week you'll be better than people who show up. Okay, so you
that's
could
right.
keep competing till you win. It's up to you.
Right. I hope we get our theme song tonight.
He's already here. So let's bring up our first talent of the evening. I see Rob Holla from New Jersey.
Hello, you can hear
Hi,
me?
Rob. Yep, we
Hey,
can hear you
Rob.
great. Where are you calling
I'm
from?
excited. New Jersey, Freehold, Asbury Park.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
From
All
where
I
Wendy
write
right.
my
Williams
own
are from.
music. What was
Mm-hmm.
that?
You're from where Wendy Williams is from.
Uh huh. I heard she was down here at the beach. I write
Okay.
my own
Oh,
music. I'm trying to make it big.
All
okay.
right.
All
This is a
right.
good start.
Right. So what are you gonna do for us, Rob?
I'm gonna rap my own song with the Pop Smoke beat. Can I share with you
Oh,
guys?
yes,
YouTube, I got
absolutely.
2,000 views.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Come
All right.
through.
And I
I
like
can
Pop
shout out my
Smoke.
sister
So
Roseanne.
I love it.
I'm
Hold
ready
on.
when you
One question. How long have you
are.
been performing? How long have you been rapping and
Uh,
writing?
since the '90s, I had ups and downs. hmm I would love
We
to
all
come to
do.
Los Angeles.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's see what you got.
okay,
Okay.
so Rob, we give you 2 minutes on the clock. Okay. So
Uh huh.
whenever you're ready, we will start the clock and you give us your best
Ooh,
with that Pop
okay.
Smoke beat. Cause I love Pop Smoke. So I'm
I
gonna be
love
paying
Tupac.
attention. Okay.
You let me know if the beat too loud.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Hold on. Can you hear the beat?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. I wait for it to kick in. I'm Rob Holler. Go on YouTube, TikTok, check out my views. People don't diss me. I like that Biggie verse now. They write letters and kiss me. I want to bring back the 90s. Hip hop went right behind me. I gotta thank my best friend. I just want to rap, make music, drive a Benz. Women turn me down every day. What can I say? I'm not OJ Simpson. I'm like 50 Cent song, Jay-Z song, pimpin'. I'm not trying to be no one. Write my lyrics on the paper. Biz Marquee, the vapors. I want to meet Nicki sign with the label. Put the money on the table. I'm Rob Holler, and this is my dream. I thank you for the stream. Keep going.
Go ahead,
Yes, you
Rob.
got
Go
time.
ahead.
Okay. I love Tupac, Pop Smoke. I'm not gonna stop. One day I'm gonna be famous, and the music will drop. I would like to shout out my family and friends. I will get this Benz. I'm Rob Holler, New Jersey, LA, New York,
All
All
and
right,
I
all
right.
thank
right.
Jen.
Yay,
I
Rob.
Oh,
thank Jen for having me.
absolutely.
Yay.
Okay, Rob. Okay, okay,
Was that
okay.
2 minutes?
Yeah, well, a
Was
minute
that
and
two
10
minutes?
seconds, but that was good. That was good. We are good. We
Yeah,
got it.
okay. I
Yes.
gotta
I
write more.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, you said
Okay.
your favorite rapper is Tupac, right?
Tupac, Pop Smoke. I like
Okay,
Biggie
Okay.
too.
you like Biggie
Okay.
too.
Good
Okay.
taste.
I like them all.
Okay.
I,
Do you rap anywhere else? Do you perform anywhere or
Yup,
just
I can
online?
share with you guys.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can share. I just
yes.
won Asbury Park Got Talent show. It was
Oh,
last Saturday.
Oh
okay. Well,
wow.
I got
congratulations.
second place.
Okay.
Okay. You are on
Congratulations.
tour. You are on tour already. You done made it
I'm
to the block.
trying. Thank you
I
so much.
love it. You're
All right.
welcome, Rob. That was awesome.
Thank you.
I
Thank
want
you,
to meet
Rob, for coming up.
Easy E's family.
You want to meet who?
Easy E's family.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. Yeah, you probably got a shot.
Uh-huh.
You probably got a
Yup.
shot.
Wow. Okay. Can I
All right.
share
Thank
my
you.
Facebook?
Yes,
yes.
please do. Where can people find you? Absolutely. I'm sorry.
Uh,
Yes. Where can people
okay.
find you, Rob?
Robert S. Bound Facebook. Bob Bound Jr. TikTok. TikTok, I
Okay.
All
get a lot
right.
of views.
I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. And I
Thanks
and I
for
have your
coming.
email. And I have your email in case you win. I
Okay.
will be reaching out.
Okay. I can watch the rest of the show.
Of
Absolutely.
course.
Please do. Hang out in
Oh,
the chat.
okay. Thank
Yes. Don't
you.
hang out backstage. Hang out in the chat so that you can chat with the rest of the crew. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All
Thank you.
right.
I'm looking
All
for
right.
Dr. Dre.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Jen.
You are most welcome. All
Oh,
right.
I'm here
So
for it. What a great way to start the show.
yeah, so that was Rob Holla. Rob, if you're backstage, please go to the YouTube channel On the Block with Jen so you can watch us there on the screen. On the Block with Jen, okay? Okay, guys, if you like Rob or you want to wait to see what other talent is coming up, if you like Rob, throw his name in the chat, okay?
Great attitude.
All is fair in love and war. He came up here very enthusiastically, gave us his mean. What was that? What was that, Lily? Was that 8 bars or 16 bars? What was that?
It was about 12 and a half, but
Okay,
he
so
did it. He did it.
yeah,
And he did it
there you
with
go.
his confidence. He did it with a smile.
There you go. There
I'm
you
here
go.
for it. I'm here for it.
All righty. So, guys, throw Rob in the chat if you like Rob, and we will pull up the next talent by Lily's request. Let's start this. Hello, Caligula Calligraphy.
I figured
Caligula.
you would. I was second last week too. Check this out.
Sure,
Out
you
on
sure?
the street to her. Wait a minute. How can you hear this? How's that? How's my?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You hear
Mm-hmm.
that? All right. Check this
Mm-hmm.
out. Out on the street to her own beat. So spicy, sweet, it's gin, yeah. All right, check this out. I'm a guy that works the room, so I'm going to tell you a story and tell you a joke, okay? First of all, there's a new stage of hell. It's a 2-year contract on an early morning show, and it starts at 5 a.m. The ad line sounds like this: Rise from the dead with Caligula and Richie. And tomorrow we're going to talk about how you sound bigoted but intelligent while using condescending gestures, even though you're talking into the microphone. So tomorrow, 5 a.m., listen to Caligula and Richie.
Okay, so
Break on that one. That's the timing issue. Here you go. Keep the clock going. This is an egg timer. I got 3 minutes. Check this out. I worked out a theme line for me. It sounds good if the dog's in the background, anyways. And then I'm gonna get out of here. This is
okay.
the Caligula theme line, and it goes like this. Caligula. The lick you love. Caligula. From nub to nub. Caligula. Check this out. Smoking weed and playing notes and thinking of lines. I'm muscular about titty high and out of my mind. Known for my looks and my little fuse. I got the devil by my side. I'm trying to keep amused. Listen up.
All right. That's it. That's
Okay,
it.
okay, okay,
Caligula.
okay, Caligula. All right.
Caligula.
All right. Okay. All right, Caligula. So,
Thank you,
so
Jen. Have a
absolutely.
nice night. I want to contribute to you, but I have a dog here, and you're
Okay.
always on the nights I babysit. But it's something that keeps me warm. You're looking great, and I love your show. I'm gonna keep in the back room so I can hear the other people, but I have to duck out, right? How do I do
Yeah.
that? Clear me
Yeah,
out.
you.
We'll
I don't
Yeah,
clear
want
you
to
yeah.
get in
out.
I'll.
trouble.
Okay. I'll let you out.
Goodbye.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks for
Bye.
coming, Caligula.
All right, guys. So if you liked Caligula's performance, please throw his name in the chat unless you want to wait to see who else is coming up tonight on Block Talent Battle. So I think Caligula was rapping, singing, and doing comedy. Is that what we got there?
It's very innovative. It's
Okay,
very
so
innovative.
if you like that nice bowl of talent that Caligula shared with us, by all means, throw his name
It's
in the
like
chat to vote.
it's like an artistic parfait
It is. It is.
that
Okay,
sat
so
out too
let's.
long.
We're gonna bring up. Hey, look. Hey, Tris loves him some Caligula. He said Caligula is the goat. He
You know
loves.
Caligula is like a fan favorite though.
Yeah, he is. Everybody wanted him to sing on the block with Jen. Maybe next time he comes
Right.
back, he'll sing the theme song.
His big
Okay.
hit.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So I'm seeing some people coming and going from backstage. Don't be scared. Come and stay. We will pull you up. Listen, this could be an easy $100 for you. Okay. As you can see, this is your competition. Whoever you see come before you is your competition. So if you're better than the person before you, you may win that $100 cash. Steph Diaz says, Caligula, you inspire me to compete next time, though. Yeah, you know,
See?
you always inspire.
Inspiration.
Great. Okay. So let's bring up our next talent. Let's bring
And remember, if you didn't win any of the other weeks, you can come back up to compete again.
absolutely. How are you, DOG47?
I'm all right. And how are y'all?
We
Doing
really
good.
good. Is it your first time here?
Yes, ma'am. It's my first time here.
Okay, cool, cool. Where are you
Yes,
calling
ma'am.
from?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What are you gonna do for us tonight?
I'm a rap.
Okay, you're gonna rap and
Yes,
let the
ma'am.
people know where they can find you on social media.
You can find me on social media at Instagram D_O_greatness 47 and on YouTube D.O.G47. On YouTube, I got an EP out right now. You can go listen to that. I got a lot of great songs on there, so this will be great.
Okay,
Okay,
and make
cool.
sure you after you perform to
Yes.
put all of your information in the chat so
Okay.
that people could be able to refer back to it throughout the show, okay?
Sounds good.
And who's your biggest inspirations when it comes to your music?
To my music, I feel like I am because I rap from experience. You
I
know what I'm
love
saying?
it.
I tell real life thoughts, feelings, and stories that I go through and things like that. So it's all reality. I cut all the foolishness out when I was young. Something switched in me and I was just like, let's talk about, experiences in life and, stuff that people can relate to. But of
Mhm.
course, mine is kind of more on the metaphysical side. So,
Okay,
you know,
Okay,
love it.
I absolutely love that because a lot of times I didn't expect that answer. That's original. Usually people say someone else inspired them, but I think we all have our own experiences that we could pull
yeah,
from. So
yeah,
absolutely right. I like that.
that's it.
All right. So would you like to be called Dog 47 or
No,
DOG?
DOG is fine.
DOG.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Perfect.
Like the GOD, like the DOC. Okay.
Hey,
Yep.
you know what I say?
What?
What's
It's
that?
Duda of greatness. Now witness the greatness of Duda.
Oh,
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So I
okay,
okay.
I'm
switch it
ready.
up on him. I hit him
Oh,
with
no,
that
no, no.
reverse.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
Okay,
love
so
metaphysics, so I want to see what this sounds like.
That's it.
yes. So let us know when you're ready. We will start the clock.
Alrighty, I'm ready.
Okay. Let's go.
All right. Divinity in my blood, my vision won't be forgotten. They say think before you do. If I think it, I'm forced to copy. Got roams around in my heart, curiosity be the topic. Spiritual wickedness, what I'm witnessing is obnoxious. I fell inside of the crop pot, had to come out of pocket. I suggest that was not me. You rather listen to gossip. They flow right in your faucet. Either way, God is awesome. This battle, it must be fought. And I recognize I'm at fault. I'm at fault, nigga. Damn, this. This message straight from the spirit, exploded right from my thoughts. My mental be effing with me and made me walk on that route. Jesus taking the city and they don't want getting out. The tongue is like a fire on fire, bending with rhymes all the time. God is good and God is good all the time. I know the force is greater. I had to let go of my pride. This is my spiritual inquisition. I hope you stay by my side. Hey, they going to the metaverse. I'm going metaphysical, mad spiritual. I opened one past pinnacles, past miracles. I write a rhyme and get rid of you. A tad pitiful, a great mind being ridiculed, but I'm past feeling you. I'm on the path where I continue you. Spiritual rest because that's what's on my brain. Display regret because I didn't win the same. I hope the Lord save me from myself. My mama say I'm on the road to self-destruction. Discreet instructions. Again, I say F it. Spiritual functions, mother. I love it, had to have it for something. Maybe it's because my tongue. Really, I'm not dumb. I just ran out of luck. Understanding my fetish. I understand when I'm ready. I'm ready for my spaghetti. Prosperity manifested. That's all I got for you.
Okay,
Love
well,
it.
thank you, thank you. Also,
Yes, ma'am.
all the talent we've seen, and all the talent backstage. Lily and I aren't the only ones with opinions. The chat will let you know what they think about you as well. For instance, Haran
Right
DeMarco
in the
says,
chat.
I like his energy and demeanor. Dope voice needs to work on his breath control and
Yeah.
know when to pause for effect. So people in the chat will also let you know what they think. Okay, so guys, if you are gonna vote for DOG, please put DOG47 in the chat so we know who you're talking about. Again, a lot of y'all like, I like him, and when we count the votes, we don't know who him is. Okay, so make sure you throw the names into the chat. DOG, thank you so much for coming up and sharing your talent. Feel
Thank
free to
y'all.
hang out in the chat. And if you win, we will be contacting you. I'll be contacting you personally and
All
letting you
right.
know. All
All right. Thank you.
right,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
coming through.
All right.
I
Let's keep it
live.
moving. Let's
We
keep
keeping it
it
going. We
moving.
dancing today.
Okay. We're the video vixens today because we got nothing but
Right.
rappers today, except for Caligula. I think that was what was that, pop music?
We're still trying to figure it out, but I'll be
Okay.
there in the video.
But we
I
got
show up for the
time.
video.
We got time. Let's pull up our next talent. Chat, hold us down. Please remember the names of these gentlemen so far. I hope some ladies come through today.
I
If not, that's
know.
okay. It'll be an all fellas night.
You're right. We love our ladies and we love our fellas too, but we know we love a little
Absolutely.
girl power.
So let's bring up our next talent. Is it CSA83?
Yes, it is. Good evening, ladies.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. Where are
How
you
y'all
calling
doing
from?
tonight?
We
I'm
really
calling from
good.
Brooklyn.
Oh,
Brooklyn in the
you're.
building. BK in the building. Ah. Okay.
We all New York up in here. We all New York up
Right.
in here.
Much respect out to everybody, no matter where you at. Salute.
What part of
Okay, so
Brooklyn?
East New York.
Me too. I'm from the East. I'm in the East. I'm in the
Yeah, I'm by the
East.
movie theater.
I ain't gonna tell you where I'm at, but I'm in the East.
No doubt, no doubt. I ain't mad at you. Play it safe.
oh my goodness. Okay, so it's CSA83.
Yeah, straight to the Instagram page.
Okay, so that's exactly how it's spelled on Instagram under C.S.A_83 on Instagram.
Yes, man.
Okay, gotcha. What are you gonna do for us tonight?
I would like to rap.
Okay. Well, we would like you to rap too. How long have you been rapping?
For too long now.
Oh, okay. Is that too long?
So what's
All
one of
right.
the biggest things that you did that you were proud of when it comes to your rapping career?
Stay consistent.
Okay.
Believed in me. Did a couple shows and just never gave up. That's all.
I love it.
Okay. That is good. Okay, so we will start the clock whenever you're ready.
All right, thank you, ladies. Get ready for the big bang. We learned survival playing pig games. It was all good until the bids came. Wanted to make a quick name. Fastest way to that was the mix came, but I chose to pimp pain. Sacrifice was given in not so right conditions. And sight be right to listen might extend your time on living. I did that. 39 years of real rap. When weird fact, lost fears, tears can give back. I had a checklist, two sidearms and a Lexus, house with a lawn and a patio for breakfast. Play me for a pawn. That movie kind of reckless, but come to find out, you just as dumb as I expected. Relentless, revenge first. He only semi selfish, demented. Sucker shit set off my six senses. Yeah, I'm mistaken. I thought they wished the best, but I guess they hated the connection to success. Keep pushing, run through the world, make it home to Brooklyn. I'm looking for the next hot pot to put my foot in, all woman that love oral sex and home cooking, and anything made with those Tempur-Pedic cushions. The ones that never did be the first to say you shouldn't. I said I never caught a body, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't for the right cause. Like my kids, I might draw or just grab ankles and white floors. It's sad. They rocking bags with one strap now. Can't even rob them. They might enjoy the pat down. Sweet as hell. Rainbows and sprinkles in the background. Suppressor like a Pringle can. Two hands in a Mac round. Raised off LOX. 50 never back down. I look at the game. It's like a circus. Nothing but fucked up at the end. But that was it.
It's
But
okay.
it's
Can you
still
get,
nice.
I'm just curious, can you give us something with your eyes open? I'd like to see you rhyme with your eyes open.
Not at the moment. I'm a little nervous. Heart
You
pumping.
let it, oh, it's
It's
okay. It is
it's cool.
okay. It's okay. We are good. Okay. So I see people responding in the chat. Haran DeMarco says Jada Kiss influence heavy, interested in hearing him over a beat. Can tell he's been doing it for a bit. Salute. Okay.
Hmm.
So
I was
people
thinking
are
the same
feeding.
thing.
Jada is a big inspiration. He is.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
All
was
right. So
thinking the
that,
same thing. Now I couldn't figure out who the inspiration was, but I was like, dang, I can really hear this over a dope beat.
Nah,
okay.
but now that y'all on my radar, and is this gonna be something that y'all do every week?
Every
Yep.
Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, every Saturday.
Well, I keep it consistent, and I will be back with my eyes open next time, definitely.
Yes, I would like to see you to perform with your eyes open. And we do it every Saturday. So if you don't win this week, you could, you know what I mean, get on your A game, get better, and come back next Saturday and see if you could beat out whoever's, here next Saturday. That's how we doing it here at Block Talent Battle. That's why we call it a battle, because you could keep coming back for more. Okay, CSA, anything you want to leave us with before you exit?
Just everybody out there, stay safe, stay smart, pay attention. We all know what the climate is out here. I just want everybody to succeed and everybody to win. No matter what, y'all could do it. Just stay consistent and stick to your guns.
I
That's
love
all.
it.
All
I'm
right.
here for it.
Okay, thank you so much, CSA. Good luck.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy.
You
You
too.
too.
All right, so tonight is rapper night.
We're gonna
Nothing
make a
but
mixtape.
rapper, right? We're gonna have to do like the best of the Block Talent Battle and put all these guys together like on an album or something.
Uh-huh.
Um, No Saint said, oh yeah, I forgot No Saint True. We're here every day on the block with Jen, but Block Talent Battle is only on Saturdays. Okay, Lily. So until some other talent has the cojones to pull up and cam up and compete, let's pivot to some industry talk.
Ooh, boy. So I got a little industry talk for you. I got a
Mm-hmm.
confession to make.
Ooh.
Y'all ready for
Okay,
this
give
one?
give us that, because audience, we do pivot to industry talk because we are both in the industry. Some of our other panelists are also in the entertainment industry, so we will pivot in and out between our talent and give you some tips and tricks, from audition tips and tricks to our personal experiences to advice and what have you. So if you guys have questions, you could throw them in the chat. If you are a talent, please come backstage. I will pull you up immediately. Or one of the gentlemen you saw here tonight is going to win an easy $100. If y'all don't give them no competition, someone has to get picked from the group you just saw. So if you feel like you're better than them and you can win that $100 after what you saw, click that link I just dropped. Come on up here. We will pull you up. Give us your best 2 minutes. Lily, what you got to share with the people?
Well, we recently did, or pretty recently, did an episode on AI and where this is going and things like that. And I've been keeping up with it ever since, right? And so, I had some concerns. And as we see, there's a writer's strike right now, and it's a lot of it has to do with AI, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me tell you, this is the part where you're going to throw tomatoes. Some of you in the chat are going to throw tomatoes at me, okay? I think I like AI Drake better than regular Drake.
You like AI Drake better than regular Drake?
I like AI Drake. Have you heard his new songs?
Blasphemy. Blasphemy. Now, okay, now when you say his new song, is the AI covering Drake already or it's brand new Drake?
Brand new Drake that Drake didn't make. Oh, that's bars. Can I
That those are
be?
bars, but tonight's rap night,
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah.
Okay, so is that now, are there going to be any sort? Because I'm seeing a lot of celebrities, a lot of singers are being covered by these AIs. Are there going to be any legal ramifications in the future? How can you take my likeness, my voice, and just make another song? And the artist, are the artists involved in this? This is getting weird.
No, this is very rare. And I was saying it in a joking way, but as an artist,
Hmm.
I'm very concerned, and that's what my concerns were on the show. So this is
Hmm.
what I've been able to gather. So all of those questions are all of the questions that people are asking because Drake is very upset about this, of course, as he should be.
Okay, so
Um,
he spoke on it.
yes, he spoke out
Okay.
on it. Um, and Snoop Dogg has been very vocal, and other record execs from the record labels, because basically, let me give you a little take on how they make these songs. They pretty much like, so these aren't Drake lyrics, but this is Drake's voice. This is not even Drake's beat. So it's not like an old beat. These are new beats, new
Hmm.
lyrics, Drake's voice that sounds just like him.
Hmm.
There's a lot of Kanye, there's AI Kanye, and the songs are fire. That's the sad part about it. So now this leaves us in a really weird position because I think the song with Drake and The Weeknd started like climbing the charts before they pulled it down. It's getting really serious. And so there's a lot of lawsuits out there,
Hmm.
but they can't. And this is the issue that I was having when we did the show. I was like, listen, we're going too fast. Like, where's the regulations? And so everyone that I've spoken to that is in this particular industry, they're all saying the same thing. It's like, I love what I do, but we are really entering some very dangerous territory because there's
Right.
not enough regulations on so many things. And like I was saying before, it's not the AI that I have a problem with. It's these humans that I have a problem with because look at what us humans are doing with just the regular internet, right? But
Right.
from what I'm seeing is like, and this is, remember, this is the infant stages of
Hmm.
AI.
Hmm. Hmm.
This is the dial up of
Hmm.
AI.
Hmm.
So within the next 5, 10 years, AI is going to have the internet that we know of today looking like a regular
Ancient.
book. Yeah, ancient,
Like
really.
hieroglyphics. It's gonna look like hieroglyphics. Like remember back in the day when we had that AI and now we got holograms in the house. Um,
Uh-huh.
so what's interesting? I mean, imagine in the future you're buying a concert ticket and you're not going anywhere. You have the artist in your living room. You're paying $5,000 to have a virtual Beyonce hop around your living room, right?
They're doing that
Um,
already.
Exactly. I know there's TVs that are like 3D TVs that kind of like shoot out the holograms to your living room, something close to that I saw. But what I'm not understanding, the glitch in my mind is what I'm not understanding is how are these songs being put on the chart by who? Like what label can take a Drake AI and put it on the charts? I'm confused there. That's where I get confused. Like you can't do that. It's like copyright issues, image issues, likeness issues, contract. That's what I don't understand. Who's putting it on the Billboard charts? Who's making the money? And how are they allowed to do that? That's what's weird to me.
Okay, so you're allowed to do it, but you're not allowed to make money, and that's how it got pulled down. Because just no, it's
Okay.
that's the gray area. It's not illegal to make it. It's illegal to make money off of it.
Gotcha.
It's
So it's
and
like a
then
cover.
yeah, but you're dealing with a lot of gray area that none of us. This is all very new. So even the legal ways. Okay, for instance, if you and I were to steal Drake's music, it's a human stealing Drake's music, but this is a robot singing Drake's using Drake's. So now they're wondering. There's because a lot of us, and let me be really clear about this, people who want to get into the industry. Thank God I knew this before I became a model. I
Hmm.
was very clear about my contracts because a lot of people don't know that we sign away all of our rights. We sign away the rights to our face, to our voice, to just about everything. And most artists sign away their likeness
Hmm.
to sign to a record label. So chances are Drake doesn't own his own voice. So Drake may not be able to sue per se, but his record label will. Now, this is another part I've connected. Now, this is the part where I'm just speculating and wondering, like, I wonder if one thing has to do with the other. You remember when everyone started selling their masters a few years ago to this,
Yes.
and it was like this one company that picked them all up?
Yes.
I'm keeping my eye on them because I wonder if they've already figured out a way to monetize off of all of this AI stuff. Because, like, think about it. If you bought Little Wayne, because I think Little Wayne sold his masters. So if you bought
Mhm.
Little Wayne's masters, then do you own his voice? And will they be the ones that's making money off of music that's created with Little Wayne's voice in the future? Because when you read music contracts, they are very clear about future stuff. If you go
Right.
back to the 80s, they were already talking about digital media in their contracts before we even had the internet in our homes.
Yeah, I
So,
heard that that speaking of those contracts, I heard that Beyonce's dad has a contract like that with her that he makes money off of everything she does for the rest of his life, even though he no longer manages her. So I think that the contracts, I mean, the contracts are bad enough. Artist contracts are bad enough. They are slavery deals. However, I think they're going to get worse and worse and worse with this AI thing coming about, because you can easily say it's nothing more than an impersonation, right? There are a
right,
lot of comedians that impersonate actors and what have you, and they make a lot of money off of impersonating other acts. Are they
right,
being sued? Like, you know what I mean? Are they
th-
being, is Jay Farrow being sued by Eddie
right.
Murphy? And he's eating off of, you know what I mean, impersonating Eddie Murphy. So where's the line? It's going to get really, really, really weird and really tricky.
I thought,
Let me drop the link again. If you're a talent and you're watching, you feel like you're better than the gentleman we saw up here, by all means, come up and compete. And we
mm,
possibly will be sending you a
yeah,
hundred dollars cash.
yeah, it will
Also,
not.
go ahead, Lily, what were you saying?
Well, I believe Jay was saying Bruce Willis just signed away his likeness recently. It doesn't just affect music. We'll have Die Hard 25 going forward. Yes, that's what I'm saying. When I signed my contract, I was like, no, I'm not signing away my likeness. Uh-uh.
Mm-hmm.
No, 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 no. I own me. Like,
Right,
but a lot of people don't know what they're doing when they're signing these contracts. And I wasn't playing that. I looked my con because I was behind the scenes before I was in front of the scenes. So I knew a little bit about a little bit. But like you said, Jen, these music contracts are different from modeling contracts. Um, Modeling contracts is like the lower of the lower, and then you got acting, and then you have music. It's just they're all out to just get you, and that's why when you're signing a music contract, you have to have an entertainment lawyer, not your cousin who has a law degree. You have to have an entertainment lawyer because it's that intricate that only an entertainment lawyer
right.
would really know the ins and outs of the wording of those contracts.
Right. And also, I wanted to remind the folks, I know there are lots of producers and musicians out there in YouTube land. We do a 10-minute intro. This intro this week was messed up because I had two tracks playing. I didn't even realize that till I put on my headphones. So sorry about that
Oh,
mess.
I
Yeah,
thought
it
it
was
was
a
a mess
mess.
busting my. I thought my headphones was acting out.
No, 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 no. It was a mess. But if you want to loop one of your tracks or three of your tracks to 10-minute length, feel free to hit me on the block with Jen at Gmail. If you want to promote your music here, and we will play you for 10 minutes straight before our block talent battle. Okay. If you want to be a sponsor, also on the block with Jen at Gmail, so we could keep bringing you this really, really great show, Block Talent Battle, every single Saturday. People come up and share their talents, right? A lot of people, last week were mentioning that they don't have really a place to show their talents, and they were really grateful that we were doing this. And we want to keep bringing you this show, and it's going to grow and grow and grow. We just started taking baby steps. This is show number 5, and so far we've had some pretty good talent come up and share with us. So if you have any business for On the Block with Jen, specifically Block Talent Battle, On the Block with Jen at Gmail, darlings. Okay. All right. So Lily, I know you spoke about the writer's strike. Can you tell us a little bit about that? They were striking because of AI. I wasn't sure.
That's looking real tricky too, Jen. So what they're striking about is because it's oof, this is not looking good. I've
Hmm.
been really following this. So basically what the writers are saying is that they're afraid that Chat GPT is going to put them out of a job. So the union wants something. They want higher pay because we all
Hmm.
know the writers get gypped, right? And
Yep.
they are what make Hollywood go around.
I saw those
Uh,
percentages. They're terrible.
it's horrible. And
Like
then
3%. It's crazy.
it's horrible. Then you're dealing with so they wanted the union to put that in their new contract, the higher pay, or a higher pay raise, and as well as um some type of wording that Chat GPT or any other AI is not going to put them out of business.
Hmm. Hmm.
Well, it's a little difficult because it's already here.
Hmm.
So what people are saying is, first of all, the last two strikes were pretty long, right? And that's how we got the advent of reality TV. That's where, if you want to know, all these reality shows exploded from, that's where it exploded from, because we didn't have any writers through the last strike. With
Hmm.
this one, everyone's playing hardball. Now, what has happened is Hollywood has agreed to give them a pay raise, which is the highest pay raise that they've given in history.
Wow.
So they're like, okay, what else you want from us? We're paying you more than we've ever paid in history. We've never gone up this much percent. They're like, yeah, but this AI thing, we still have to talk about that,
Hmm.
and they're not budging. So what people are afraid
Interesting.
of, that they're not going to budge, and they're just
Hmm.
going to say "f you" and go on with ChatGPT anyway. So that's what people are afraid of.
Interesting. With the Chat GPT, like we can do all the AI stuff all the way around, but
Hmm.
it's going. I feel like art is going to lose quality, right? It's going to lose quality. I don't even feel. I know it's going to lose quality. We have a show out here in Vegas, Whitney Houston hologram. It is, and they sell out. They sell tickets out. But when you look at it, and you guys could go on YouTube, and because they have clips on YouTube, it looks horrible.
It is.
It looks
It's horrible.
absolutely horrible. So it's the same thing with
Soulless.
so right, it's creepy. It's the same thing with Chat GPT, where it's like, hey, Chat GPT, write me a script. I pick up a puppy and I take the puppy to the pound, and the thing is just gonna shoot back at you. But it's gonna be missing, you know what I mean, that human element, that Hemingway element, like the peach was sandy when I bit into it. And we, you know what I mean? In my
That
opinion, it's
Jen
gonna,
Garcia element.
yes, it's going to lose that element because I'm a writer. In case you guys don't know, thank you for reminding the people, Lily. I'm a writer, and it's like art. I don't care what you do, sing, act, dance, or whatever. That really is like a part of your cells, your body,
It
your
is.
spirit. What you're putting down on paper is coming from you, from your soul, right? For people that are artists and they're entertainers, and I think there's a huge difference between artist and entertainer. But I think that's what's going to be missing from the Chat GPT generated anything, whether it's model, actress, singer, writer. It's going to be missing that element. I don't know if you guys saw, there's a beer commercial they did, complete AI.
You didn't see the Balenciaga fashion show for Fashion Week? It was
There's an
all AI models.
AI.
It was all
I did
AI
not.
models.
I did
Yeah,
not.
all AI models. And it wasn't just them. Another big brand did an AI fashion show for Fashion Week. That's becoming the big thing too.
Wow. Interesting. Interesting. So, it's wow. It's going to be interesting in the next couple of years. But again, I don't know. They're making humans basically obsolete, not only in the regular workforce, but apparently in entertainment as well. So it's going to be interesting. The beer commercial is trash, though. But again, like you said, this is the baby AI, right?
Hmm.
In 10 years, those beer commercials are going to look like regular people. And you know that they're also using AI for evil. This mother the other day, someone took her daughter's voice,
Yep.
called her mother, and acted like her daughter was kidnapped. And her
Hmm.
mother's thinking her daughter was kidnapped, but it was somebody who AI'd her voice. Now that story I found a bit strange.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that story sounded to me like, let's send out some panic.
Yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
found it a little strange.
Yes, because like what Haran said on our AI show, that you got these AI developers that are calling for a stop because they have such moral compasses and we're not ready. Listen, their concerns are not the same concerns that I have or that you have. Their
Correct.
concerns are we don't want them to get to it before we do, right?
Correct.
Um, so it could have been one of those because Elon Musk, he owns a whole media outlet for gods. I'm not saying that it's him, but I'm just saying it's that easy to put out a fake story
Yeah,
these
it could be
days.
any, it could be anybody. But
But here's
I
the
just thought the story was far fetched and random. Like we're gonna first of all that would mean that they would have to have been hanging out with that little girl or stalking her TikTok, and then took her TikTok, and these weren't wealthy people, so that
yeah.
made it strange too. So you were stalking this little girl what for years, and then took her voice and put it in AI, and then got her mother's number. It just seemed strange, but enough to where people were like, see, look what that AI is gonna do to the planet. It's I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. So we're
I
not
know
gonna
one
need
thing,
models, actors, writers. We're not gonna need anybody.
but it's okay because see we got talent in our crew. All we got to do is get Haran and Tristan to make a Jen and Lily AI, and we good.
There you go.
Just
Come
saying.
on, Geek Squad. Come on, Geek Squad.
We could do the show in bed. We could be laying in the bed in our pajamas and our bonnets.
Chocolate, do you sing? Chocolate,
She said,
doesn't Chocolate talk like she sings?
but she said she's going to perform next week.
Oh, next week.
Hmm.
What's wrong with this week, Chocolate? Yeah,
Oh,
she speaks as if she sings, if that makes
yeah.
sense.
Like either see, like she speaks like an artist.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, she does. Yeah, I'll
Oh
drop this
wow.
one more time because talent. I know you be watching and I know you be scared. We ain't gonna be here all night now for this $100.
I'm reading this chat. This chat has gotten me laughing talking about AI could write a better script than the Fast and Furious franchise.
My grandchildren could write better scripts than Fast and Furious. I'm like, everybody. I mean, it's like a Scooby
It
Doo
really is.
episode.
It is horrible. Like what has happened? They would just milk until they.
Listen, anything that keeps casting Tyrese is trash. Okay, anything that keeps any production that keeps hiring Tyrese is trash.
I'm just saying.
Chocolate Earth said, "I'm not looking my best." All right, Mama, up to you.
Yep, we are here every
Whenever.
Saturday down
Every
to the block.
Saturday.
Yeah, so I mean that's what's going on out in these streets or whatever. It's going to be
In
an
the AI
interesting
streets.
in the AI streets. Exactly. I'm just saying we could go ahead and get Haran and Tristan to make our AI, and we can make money
There
off
you
of
go.
those. And probably
There
be in
you
our bonnets watching whatever we're watching, and Jen and Lily's up here. Yeah, what's up with the
go. Right.
block?
Oh, let me hint it. I'm gonna be like, no, put it a little. The E is a little longer, Tristan. Oh, let me hint it. And I'll be in my bonnet.
It's just that simple. We can't swim against the current. I mean, it's not stop. And that's the other thing. In the research that I was doing and in the video that I was doing earlier, I sent you earlier. Um, they were asking the gentleman who they did the interview with. They was like, "Well, how like the percentage wise, do you like?" Do you think like how likely is it for them to stop or halt or whatever? And he was like zero. Zero because
Yeah, no, it's too
it's
much
a race.
money.
It's too much money. It's a race. And then think about it, right? So say if we stop, then what's up, chocolate? Are you going to
Hi,
sing something
Tom.
for us?
Hi. Oh
Hi.
my God. Don't
Did you
y'all be pumping my head up. I need y'all to stop. It ainn't like that.
We
Y'all
won't
funny. I love
stop.
you.
We won't stop because we
Y'all
love
look
we
you.
so
won't
And
stop. We
good.
won't
thank
stop.
you.
Did you come up to
So
sing or you just hanging out?
I will sing if that's what you would like.
Oh
I
my
haven't done it in a long
God.
time. Happy to
Yes.
do it for you ladies.
Yes, that is what we would like. Now,
Okay.
do you want me to blow you up to the big screen? Or are
Oh,
you good?
God. No, I'm
Okay,
good.
okay. We want you comfortable, okay?
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, let me see. Oh, why is it always like that? You can't remember or think about a song.
Always. Where you calling from, Chocolate Earth?
I'm in AZ now. I was in North
Okay,
Carolina, but I'm
so
in AZ. That's why I
living,
gotta
Okay.
like
get
you
my
moved, you
schedule right.
relocated? You relocated?
Yeah, I'm here, baby. I am
Oh, okay.
Wow.
here
Isn't that where
Okay.
you're originally
because I'm
from?
trying to. Once I gotta have surgery, and then once I have surgery, I can go up on my property. But I'm still growing stuff at my house right now, like herbs and stuff. So I'll be
Nice.
showing all of that. So I'm excited. Okay,
Very, very nice. Yes.
I can't hold on.
So
Mm.
you're gonna have 2 minutes. Just let us know
Yeah,
when to start the
Lily.
clock.
All right,
Lily.
okay. I'm gonna be professional. I don't know y'all. I don't know y'all. That's my first time. That's my first time.
Y'all think I be playing up here when I tell you like I be on a sale and yeah, this is the ticket to my
That is
y'all
me.
be thinking I'm playing. Okay,
And
I'm
then
not
I'm gonna
Right.
playing.
resell
You
it.
never know. You never know.
Oh, I'm gonna resell it after that.
All
That's why I
right.
keep my
Okay.
clothes on.
All right, chocolate. Let's hear
Okay.
it,
I
mama.
am. Yeah, I'll do a little medley. That's what I'm gonna do. A
Oh
little
yes, I
medley.
love a
Ooh,
good medley.
Okay.
yes.
All right. Here we go.
Got to put it on the big screen.
She said
Oh, okay,
no. She
fine.
Oh
said
Put me
no.
on
no.
the. That's fine. That's fine. I
You
do like
sure?
everybody else. Okay. Yep. I'm
Okay.
good. I'm good.
Because
Let's
I'm
you're so
hot.
see.
gorgeous.
Okay.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. Okay. Mm. Whew. It's it's so amazing to be loved. I'd follow you to the moon and sky above. I don't even know why I'm nervous. That's so corny. Okay, hold on.
Don't be nervous. You be ripping everybody
Okay.
up here, chocolate.
You with family. You with family.
I know. That's what be like, oh, that'd be the worst. If it was like a million of y'all, I'd be good. But it's like, I know. All right, let me start this. Mm. I wanna tell you, baby, the changes I've been going through. Missing you, missing you. Oh, until you come back to me. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Got to tell you how you thrill me. No one else can be us. It's so amazing to be loved. I follow you to the moon and skies above. Mm. Ooh. Cause it's so amazing, amazing. Love brought us together, together. You and I will never say ever. Cause we got amazing love.
Yes.
That was so rusty, but
Yes.
yeah,
We
yeah,
got
yeah.
some feminine energy up here.
Yes. I was like, and I said too, I was like, we need a lady, but I'll take the
I
guys.
heard you
We
because
need
I
a
was
lady.
watching. I've been lurking since you started. I was like, oh, okay, I'm catching it live. So yes, I love it. But yes, I will. Like, if I don't, win this week, I'm gonna compete next week.
Okay, because
That's
I was about to tell the chat that's an official entry to this week's
Yes, 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 yes.
battle. So if you vote for chocolate, throw chocolate in the chat and be fair. Don't do it just because she
Yeah,
purdy.
yeah.
Don't do it just
Listen,
because she purdy. Okay, there's not a beauty
I
contest.
mean, if you
It's,
want to, though, like,
she's like, whatever I
it's
gotta do
a
to get my $100.
right?
right. It's a talent contest, damn it. No, thank you, doll,
Thank you
so
for having me. I
much
will
because
be.
we needed you. We needed you up here. So thank you. You
Aw,
always right on time. You always right on time.
girl, I
Yeah.
try. I
You
try. But
always
thank
right
y'all
on
so
time.
much. That was so fun. I haven't sung in like for 3-4 years. Like it's been a
Oh
minute.
wow.
And I did
I'm
Wow.
do
glad you did.
I do have an album. My AKA is Zenobia Music. And my sister and I did an album like now 10 years ago. We did an EP.
Mm-hmm.
I did a show in Scottsdale. I've been in music My dad was in radio, and my mom worked in radio, and she was the one that taught me how to sing.
Mhm.
Oh,
Like,
Oh
wow.
real.
wow.
So we wrote our songs, put our little stuff together, got some love. The majority of the love we got was from Japan. I will never forget that. The
Wow.
first person to buy my album was from Japan. I thought that was so
Oh
Wow.
wow.
They
They're
love
out of the
American artists.
country. Out of the
girl.
country.
Wait, I'm gonna
Wow.
tell y'all this, and I'm gonna drop it down in the chat.
Mhm.
I did a show in Glendale, Arizona,
Mhm.
with my sister and another friend of mine. After the show ended, this man came up on stage and was like, "Oh my God, you're amazing," and he licked my neck.
Oh,
Oh.
No
oh,
lie, I was just standing
Oh.
there like, "How do you just decide? I
that,
don't know what goes on. What makes you wanna
How
come
do you
up
just decide? Hmm.
and just be like, you all on? I don't know where your tongue. Okay, all right,
no,
I'll be in the
no.
chat.
Okay.
Everybody's awesome. Keep it going. I love
Much
it. Bye,
love,
guys.
much love.
Thank you,
I
chocolate.
love y'all.
All right, guys.
We
So
love our ladies.
yeah, if you guys want to come up and talk show business, or you want to come up and compete, because we're gonna get out of here soon if we don't get any more talent. Again, this is, you know what I mean, this is right now it's a easy, what I would call an easy win contest, because we don't have a lot of competition. As you notice, every week we have about 4 to 5 right talent, so it's still easy to win. It's still easy to win, but as we grow, if we have, say, 10 contestants, it's going to get harder to win. So right now it's a possible easy win depending on who comes up. And also you can come back every single week. If you don't win one week, you could come back again, which a game even tighter. You may be able to beat the people that are here the following week. So Chocolate Earth, that was an official entry. So if you guys are feeling Chocolate Earth, throw Chocolate Earth into the chat. And also you have an entire week. If you're catching the replay, hey, with your late ass. If you're catching the replay, you can throw the contestant's name in the comments that you like the best. So contestants, if you have family, friends, okay, and you want to win, make sure you tell them, yo, go see Block Talent Battle and throw my name in the comment section. The more your name appears in the comment section, the more votes you get, and you may possibly win. So get your friends and family on it. If you got no friends and family, we're your friends and family now, but we can't vote.
That's it. Yeah.
We
Our
can't
hands are
vote.
tied.
Yeah. So if you guys want to come up and kick it a little bit on this Saturday evening, I will drop the link once more.
Are any of our colonizers coming up? Because one of our colonizers asked a question about.
I see George here. I see No Saint. I think Haran is still here. Tristan is here. You guys want to come up while we wait for talent just a few more minutes? Feel free to come up. Because
I'm
Block
trying.
Talent Battle will not run all night, darlings. It will not run all night. But
I'm
we are
trying to
here
find.
now. Again, I say this every week. If you're a talent just looking at us and you're scared, but you think that you're better than the people that came up already, feel free to come up.
I'm
Uh-oh.
trying.
Haran Zamarco super chatted $10 for Chocolate Earth. That's 10 votes.
Ooh.
That's 10 votes. Like I
10
said, when you
votes.
vote with a super chat, that's how many votes the person gets. So I got a funny feeling that just made Chocolate Earth a front runner.
Uh-huh. George, did you erase your comment? I
George said,
remember.
what's the difference between a producer and a director?
Right. Hmm.
I just come on back.
There
That's
you
it.
go. Come on back.
That's it.
Come on back.
It's that simple.
No Saint, you ain't gonna get me in trouble talking about I'm looking like a whole snack. Thank you.
Ah, yes.
Nah, man.
He want to
That's
come
so
put that
good.
fire out.
Right? Like,
I don't know. I don't know what that means, ABD Raheem Brown. Thought that it was a black show. I don't know what that means. You'd have to elaborate, darling. I
oh,
have
does he mean because there was other persuasions on the thing?
I don't know. I don't know what he means. I know this is
What?
Black Talent
Weird.
Battle. Anybody with talent could come on up. You got a talent? You got a talent, sir?
Bring it on, bring it on, bring it on, bring
Bring
it
it
on.
on, bring it on.
Yeah, this is a
No,
human show.
we're all inclusive here. We've had men, women, different ethnicities. We've even had a little
Fun,
person.
girl.
I
It's
think
fun.
did we have somebody in a wheelchair or somebody in a wheelchair was coming? I think. Yeah, this is all inclusive. This is just
Yeah.
people showcasing their talent and kicking it.
Yep. It's
I
a human
mean,
show.
because I grew up with that. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell y'all how many talent shows I was in growing
Mm-hmm.
up. As a kid. You'd have them in school. Um, I remember the first time my parents actually saw me, heard me, not in the basement, right? Because I'd be
Mm-hmm.
practicing in the basement. I was in high school and I sang "A House Is Not a Home" by Luther Vandross, and my parents was clapping this. I mean, everybody got up and stood up, but they was standing up like the five heartbeats. Just I was,
You have a big
but
family?
I do. To your point earlier, Lily, I love music. I love writing. I have created my own. Like I've written two books. Also two I was a playwright. I've created my, when I was in Columbus, I did a play called Conversations. And it was so good. Like people was like, oh my God, this is really, really good. And we did it, put it together. I ain't had no money. I put it together, got us a venue, and I got, actors. I directed it, the whole nine. It was a ball. It was a ball. So I completely understand why writers feel a certain type of way right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we look at it, the way capitalism goes, I'm not surprised, because it's
Right.
not about the artistic part, it's about the money. It's about how much money and how fast can I turn a product. And
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
that's where you get, like you were saying earlier, Jen, about the reality shows. Like the reason that we have so many is because of that. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was the first real reality show was this. It was a white family, and they followed them all through it. It was in the 80s. So this wasn't even something they did a lot of.
Oh
And they
Mm-hmm.
wow.
followed this family like a reality show that we see today. And girl, the stuff was coming out. People was like, I can't do this no more. It wasn't good. Like it
Oh
was bad. People
wow.
was, because as accepting as we as human beings try to be, there's still gonna be people who are gonna turn their nose up at certain situations. That that
Hmm.
Yeah, of
that's just
course.
you know. But what I don't like is that the fact that, yes, I understand that the writers want more money, but I don't understand why the writers won't get together and just do their own thing. You feel me? Like
That's always my thinking.
Me
just
too.
get away from that and do your own thing, because I understand y'all love doing this but that stuff getting old. The sitcoms and the shows, like y'all
And you're
not
put in a
turning
box.
right. You're not turning product like that to go get rid of AI. I mean, it's
Correct.
just as a
It's not.
business point. Yeah, as a business point. Yeah, no. Why would I do that?
Mm-mm. That's
I
why
mean, I
that's
think
What's
why
you
they
up,
said
have
they're
no
playing
change?
hardball.
ain't no science.
Hello, hello. Great fun
Hello.
show. Nice. Well done, Mrs. Earth.
Thank you.
I love it, Mrs. Earth.
I
Um,
live.
what I was going to say to piggyback off what you said, Chocolate Earth. I think it's very important because you notice, and not just in entertainment, but in sports and whatever. I think human beings, right, are just they're prone to complain, though they are their answer. Right. When you look
Mm-hmm.
at sports, like, well, we're going to strike because we're not getting paid enough. We look at writers, well, we're going to strike because it's 2023. I should have been got together and did your own thing, right? You're not respected because you're a subordinate. People are paying you pennies and you've stayed while getting paid pennies. So it's going to be very easy to push you out with AI. Like you don't put
Mm-hmm.
fear, you don't put fear in
Yeah.
their hearts. But let's say the NFL will be, is racist, right? The
Mm-hmm.
owners make billions on billions on billions, and they throw a couple chips, right, in comparison to what they
Right.
make. Because I know these football players got
Mm-hmm.
$100 million contracts, but so if they getting that, if you're giving a black man $100 million,
Hello.
imagine. Imagine what the franchise is making, right? So my point is that there's always complaining, but if all the black players who make up what, like 70% of the 70, 75, imagine if they just all sat out and said, we're not playing this season. We're just not doing it. They'd
All right,
crumble the
I
NFL.
got a rebuttal to that.
Okay,
Let's hear
it.
Okay, so there's a couple of things here. So, like when Deion Sanders went to Jackson State, a lot of people in the black community, not all, some, not all, yeah, in the black community were like, man, if we can get Deion Sanders and then we get all the talent to go to the black colleges, then the black colleges are going to have all the talent. The problem with that is this. I'm an LSU fan. I'm not changing my allegiance. We have in the population of this country is still predominantly white. They're not changing their allegiance to this college. So the money's still going to go to the LSU facility. With the NFL, if all the black players sat out, and I'll tell you why I think this would happen. In 1987, there was a strike. The NFL had one of their few strikes they had where they sat out and they were sitting out. There was a walkout. You know what the NFL did? Went and got other players that weren't as good, put them on the field, and you know who showed up? Fans. Same thing would happen in the NFL. If you love the NFL, you're going to watch it. The product will suffer, but there's going to be somebody out there wanting to take your job.
Always. But, I agree.
But I have a rebuttal.
It might not be as good a product. There's no doubt it wouldn't be as good of a product. That is without question. I mean, the guys that are playing in these games are the best of the best, right? So
I have a rebuttal too, but go ahead, Lily.
Go ahead.
So my rebuttal to that is I believe that a lot of people, they like the prestige of saying that I write for and I work for right? Not knowing that there's tons of YouTubers out here making more money than people that
I was just
see on
getting ready to say
television.
that. Right on. Y'all could have got together and did a series. Like, stop playing with me. I got you.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm glad. Go ahead.
You know, and so it's the prestige that comes with it, right? Like before I got signed for, let's see, I started in 2013 and I got signed in 2019. So those 6 years were all independent, me making money off of me and my own work. Is it more work?
Right.
Yes. Is it more ownership? Yes. I owned everything. Everything. I called all the shots. And so that's why when I did get signed, I had more leverage than they had because I had the attitude that I don't need you. My very first job was with Vogue, right? And let me tell you how that went. Very first job, I was nobody to them, but I was everything to me, right? So I was like super excited, like, oh my God, Vogue just booked me. And then I was like, okay, so what we talking? What we talking? Because I'm excited. But what we talking? Because I can walk away from this. I'm already making money, right? So what I think it is, a lot of people, and I can understand now if they don't want to put that independent work in. I get it because it's not easy. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know, but you own 100% of your stuff, right? And you have creative control over everything. You're not put into a box. And for those of us who get into this entertainment space, we get into it because we're creative and because we love it. But once you get signed and once you get into Hollywood, you quickly realize that it's not what you thought it was. And they quickly put you into a box. So that's my rebuttal to that. Yeah, they will replace them, but it's just that people don't know their worth.
I would say just my idea. It sounds great, but I think the greed of the owners would make them fold. That's what I think.
Yeah, they would try to break that down. Yeah,
they would, because the greed. Like, you could put a bunch of scrubs on the field, but it's not going to be the same, right? And I'm talking about an all-out strike. I'm not talking about, we're sitting out for a game or two. I mean, completely quit the franchise. Like, we're not moving. We're not suiting up. We're not, no cleat, no nothing. We're not even touching y'all. I think that they would fold. That's what I think. I could be wrong. Maybe people will love sitting there and watching scrubs. Maybe football is beyond the game. Maybe it's just guys like hanging out together and yelling at other guys running a ball. I don't know.
Well, this is what I'll say now to that. So in 1987, when this happened, I went to one of the Scab games with my dad. And At
Is
this
that what they
point,
call it? Can you explain what that is, No Saint?
scabs. So scabs are like people that cross the picket line. The players were called scab. Like anybody who crosses the picket line, a union picket line, is called a scab. So they brought in
Okay.
the scabs, and the scabs the players had experience. They were all from college football background, and so at that point, the Saints hadn't had a winning season yet, and these scabs, these replacement players, are beating the hell out of, like, I think the Los Angeles Rams, and the stadium started chanting "Stay on strike, stay on strike," because it was like, holy cow. But what I'm saying is this: the product would suffer, but eventually the players caved in because the product, they put a product out in the field, and people still went to see it. If it wasn't that, if all the players walked out and nobody played, people are going to watch college. People are going to watch high school football. You know what I'm saying? So, I just don't think that if one group of people, like, and you were talking, if all the black players were on just decide not to play, I just think they'd fill in with other people.
So you think if all and of course that, listen, people are always, even if they're your complexion, gonna cross a picket sign because the Gucci and the Prada has to be bought, honey. Someone has to buy the Gucci bags.
And I'll tell you why, because before it was an integrated league, people went and watched these games.
Right, but I'm saying that if the black people, right? Because it's predominantly black. The players are predominantly black. They have lots and lots of money. Hip hop artists have lots and lots of money. Again, they give a lot of it to foreign car dealerships and French and Italian designers. Right? And we're talking here, this is fantasy talk. I might as well throw Disney, a Disney logo up on the thing, because this is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm just saying, best case scenario, if all the black players and the artists said, fuck y'all, we're doing our own thing, like, fuck white people and the scabs and the lower level players they put. I'm just saying that black people could have their own franchise, and people are going to watch the black players, even the white people, because they're fascinated with black athleticism. Okay.
Well,
if there's a white, you're not going to have 20 Larry Birds on the court. You may have one. Okay. But, they're going to want to see the Jordans, right? They're going to want to see the Deion Sanders. They're going to want, how many Tom Brady's you think you're going to have in a lifetime?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, there've been quite a few, not Tom Brady, but quite a few that
in comparison to black players
in his universe, quarterbacks.
In comparison to black players in general, I'm not talking about the golden childs of
no. There's certain
positions
there are certain positions that are dominated by black people, like wide receiver, cornerback. Every player is represented, but there are others where it's not as much about speed, that you have quite a bit of white players, and when it comes to quarterback, most of them. Now that's changed. I mean, it's we're getting more black quarterbacks now, but most of them and a lot of the greats. So Tom Brady is obviously one of the greats, but there are plenty that are on his level, I think, quarterbacks there. So it's not like in basketball it's different, but even in basketball it's changing, because over in Europe they put a lot of money into training their players. You got a lot of white basketball, like Luka Doncic and that. So it's not just like back then. It was just like, oh, Larry Bird, But no, there's no doubt people may watch. What I'm saying is the NFL is a beast. There's other leagues that tried to come, like the USFL back in the 80s, that just didn't make it. And there was a lot of money to try to challenge the NFL. They have a Canadian Football League that's never going to challenge the NFL. So that's what you're battling. Like, even if you started your own league, you got to get money for good training.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not going to happen, but not because white people are on the planet. Okay. It's because black people don't unite. So I just want to be very, very clear that it's not impossible. It's a matter of wanting and doing. But if black people got together, okay, and all the entertainment industries put all their money into that, but they will not, because we're conditioned to buy and look like we got money. That's more important. It's more important. The white gaze is important. Looking like we got money is important. But if we all got together, including Latin people, right? If we all got together, started our own franchise, it doesn't have to be as big as the NFL, but I guaranteed it would compete. But there would have to be a supersonic level of unity. That's never going to happen because we have too much PTSD and engrams, and we want the white gays, and we want to hang out with the white people, and we want the Gucci, and we want the Prada, and we want the Louis Vuitton. So that's what I'm saying. This is just idle conversation, but I'm saying it would be possible. Like, it's not because the NFL is this big white giant that you can't beat. It's because Black people don't unite, and I just want to make that clear. It's not because they're unbeatable. It's because the others won't unite. But if they united, if people of color united, they'd eclipse, supremacy. But that's never going to happen because there are too many factions, and then there are Black people in the community who are even dividing more people of color. Like, got the Tariq Nasheed's dividing Caribbeans and Africans, and I'm FBA. You ADOS. No, you not. You Black American. Were you born here? And even in the Puerto Rican community, you weren't born on the island. You're not a real Puerto Rican. Oh, you a New Yorican. So that I'm like, I waved the same flag, bitch. But there's too much division amongst us. And that's why white people keep succeeding. Because at the end of the day, like Haran says, if white people do nothing else, they can hate each other to the core. They're going to make that money together.
Yes, they are.
They're going to make that money
That's
together.
absolutely true. I agree completely. And just to piggyback, I'm sorry. Maybe Mr. Haran has something.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Because again, when you were talking about the football teams, being a football fan myself, and now we have a lot more Black quarterbacks. I'm banking they're not. The NFL, it has that long history, and we know it's true, and that's what it is. They don't want a whole bunch of good ass Black quarterbacks. Now, they can have runners, they can have fullbacks, they can have any of those positions. But what I find interesting is these same white men who make this money off of these players. Because again, think about these. When football first started, wasn't no Black people in it. Just like basketball, there were no Black people in it. And so to what you said, Jen, that this is my argument, of course, especially when I talk about my community, is the fact that attitude of, if we try it, they're gonna shoot it down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If we build, they're gonna tear it down.
Defeatist already.
It is. And so I've had this argument with other people, other Black men, other Black women, when I talk about building for people. We have people out here who are hungry every day. We got people out here who are homeless every day. And we pretend as though that is not a community problem, right? We have a lot of Black veterans, male and female, that don't have housing. And so it's like, I find it contradictory.
Uh-oh.
To be.
Chocolate froze.
This is entertainment. Oh, I'm here. Am I still froze?
You back.
No, you're not. Hi, Ray Pearson. That's my nephew. He raps. So when you gonna come up and perform for us, sir?
Yeah, it's rapper night. Come on up, Ray.
Right. Come up whenever you want to and spit some mean bars. I know you got some mean bars.
Get it.
Yeah, the defeatist attitude, right? And like Jen said, the step number one is unity.
Yeah.
We don't even got to worry about step number two because we're not going to get past step number one.
No.
Well, you know what? I will say this.
We're still having complexion arguments in the fucking community.
Right.
We're at the basic. We're at the basic. You're darker than me. I'm lighter than you. We're at the basic. We're like Division 101.
Yep. Hair texture and all that other stuff.
Exactly.
White people are arguing. White people in this country are arguing AI and holograms. And we're like, you're lighter than me, bitch. We're still down here. I mean, we're still down here.
Well, I will say this. I find it interesting that Black people would even, or brown people would even think that white people would have our best interest in mind when you look at how they do their own people. It's kind of like the old adage of, if he don't love his mama, then he can't love me. Because that's the first woman that he knows. You
Just
know.
transfer for race.
And also too, we have Stockholm syndrome.
Yes.
A lot of Black people.
Yes. Very much.
And it is because you fall in love with your kidnapper.
Mm-hmm.
You fall in love with what they have to offer you. You start forgetting who you are. You allow them to lead you into a place that's not even real. So when it comes down to that, that's and to what you said, Jen, that's where my heart is as far as like community is concerned. I already know it's going to be a case of someone showing someone that this can be done. Just like I was argued down, I was told I was tripping. There are 12 rich, predominantly Black communities in this country. And you know exactly where they are. They're all in Virginia and Maryland. Why? Because it's the government. The majority of their jobs are governments or doctors or something like that. And they have these prominent neighborhoods. Nothing's happening. Ain't nobody blow them up. And guess who's moving there? White people. White
That's
people.
true. My mother lives in one of those areas in Maryland, and I'm
Yeah,
watching her
man.
neighbor every time I go back to visit.
I wanted to ask No saying something because this is his subject, so he gonna
Yes.
shine on this. This
Yes,
is football. Something to Jay Cavassier. Isn't the NFL losing money in viewership? That is
Absolutely
that's the first question. That's the first question.
Yeah.
Wait, they said that the viewership was low, and that's why they stuck Jay-Z in there to bring the blacks in by putting the rappers and the
I'll have to
R&B
get you the
singers in the
statistics.
halftime show.
I have to get statistics on that.
Okay, and the
The
second
NFL's
thing is the second question is because then I gotta go get refreshed. The second thing is what was I gonna say? When we speak of the Tom Brady's and these great white gods of football, right? We also have to consider that it's still a racist franchise. So if you have a black Tom Brady and a Tom Brady is gonna get the job. He's all American. So it's not like
Of
we
course.
can't have more black quarterbacks. Is that they won't do it
No.
because it's still white owned and it's a very racist franchise, though everybody's kumbaya as long as everybody got their uniform on. Is that not also the case? But their
So-
viewership was down, No saying.
I'm going to look up the statistics. It's not down like people think. In fact, since the stupid pandemic year where they didn't have any fans in the stands, or since all that Trump era where you had two sides boycotting for different reasons, it's not. It's doing fine. In fact, they just signed a $1 billion contract. I mean, recently. I mean, the advertisers, they're moving to YouTube. DirecTV, instead of being on DirecTV, YouTube paid a huge amount of money to get.
But that was the question I was gonna. That was the question I was going to ask. Like, isn't network television down in general for all things now? Because everything is moving to the phone.
Football is the only thing that can still, like, the only reason I'll get like any kind of cable service at this point or any kind is because of live sports. It's the only reason, because everything else I can catch on demand. I can catch on Netflix. I can catch. There's no reason for except for live sports. That is their one thing that's saving a lot of these networks. But I wanted to challenge Jen. I hope she's listening. And Chocolate Earth. Okay, I'll
I like a challenge.
This is what I'll say. If there's a white Tom and Tom Brady's a bad example because he's one of the greatest, and there's a list of really great ones, right?
Okay, well, just give us another great one.
Well, let's just say another. Let's say I don't know, Jim Kelly. You probably some people might not know who Jim Kelly. I'm trying to think of
just
somebody.
Just give a white name. I won't know who they are anyway. Just give a white person.
Just say. Let's just say if there's a Pro Bowl quarterback and there's there's two quarterbacks competing and they're equal, then yes, I'll say that they're going to give the white guy the benefit of the doubt, right?
And that's the point she was making. Yeah.
But don't act like Tom Brady didn't, or any of these greats would not beat most people in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes is a black quarterback, biracial, but he's a black quarterback. Nobody's holding him down. The reason that there are more, I think there are more white. First of all, there was a time where black people weren't really allowed to play. They thought they were thought not smart enough and all that stuff back, But the other reason is because black people on average are going to be faster, right? So they get put in different positions than quarterback. So Tom Brady can't run fast. Tom Brady has got an awesome mind and got mind speed to diagnose things real fast. Because that's an athletic thing too, is your brain. It's not just like a guy's getting back and just
But this
throwing
is
the
where the
ball.
racist part comes in when it comes to football. No
It's
thanks.
No,
sounding
I'm
more
not saying. I'm
racist
not saying. I'm
as
saying
you're
to any
talking.
great
You know
football.
what I'm saying?
understand
But
what you're saying,
we're
sir.
going
I
what you're
got
saying.
you.
But
What
I'm
I'm
gonna
saying is, I'm not saying black
absolutely.
people aren't capable of that. I'm just saying
I
these
understand.
quarterbacks that are at the top of their game all of them have a ability, or a baseball player hitting a pitch have an ability to process faster than an average person. And so many quarterbacks fail in the NFL because either they don't have that, or they're using different ways that their bodies get beat up and they're out of the league. So all I'm saying is this: the NFL is a meritocracy at its best. If you're good enough to play, they're going to find you because they're looking to win, whether you're black, white, Latino, Asian. They're going to find you. They're not going to hold you down. And if you're good enough, like let's say the quarterback that the Saints had the last couple of years, he was a first-round pick in the draft, Jameis Winston. He's got all the athletic ability in the world. For some reason, he just is not. He never measured up when he got on the field. I don't know, because it's a lot of combination. It's not. This goes for black or white quarterbacks or Latino quarterbacks. If you are going in college and you're great and you get drafted high, that's only the first part of it. When you get to the NFL, you got to be able. It's like any business. The people that are the best at it are the ones that are in there putting in work. It's not, and they're not sitting back resting on, okay, I'm athletic, I'm really good, I can throw the ball. No, you're studying film, you're putting in more hours than anybody else. And that's anybody in the top 1%. They're going to be the great ones. And so even in the NFL, whether you're black or, again, I'm going to keep qualifying, it doesn't matter what color you are. If you're not putting in that work, chances are you're not going to rise to the top at any position. The best are always, like Michael Jordan was a step above because he stayed at practice, he got to practice, or Kobe Bryant got to practice before anybody else. That's the it factor. So, yeah, I mean, so go ahead, Ron. I know you wanted to say something.
Well, no, what I was basically saying, like, one of the biggest back and forths, particularly when Cam Newton was excelling, was that the argument amongst certain white fans was that white men are intellectually superior.
Right. That used to be that was the old trope.
To black. So therefore, that is why it is best to have a white quarterback as opposed to black football players who would be in more so the physical, positions, linemen, running backs, so on and so forth. Being that the perception is that blacks are more physically capable than whites, and neither can be either or. But anyway, or both. But anyway, I just want to make a quick statement to what Don was saying. Like they're going to have an AI professional football league. I guarantee it. Cheaper than playing real players. More exciting. Okay, I need a little bit more context on that. Do you mean like AI in terms of like, is robotics involved? Are these robotics and AI is in the brain? Because you're essentially tuning in to watch cars crash into each other.
Correct.
So I'm trying to figure out like how is that going to be expensive as fuck?
That's not going to happen.
And who's fixing these players? Like who's the mechanics of this shit? And like it just sounds real expensive to me.
No, it's not. I'm not sure what he meant. I don't know if he meant like AI, like watching.
I'm just asking for more context.
If that was the case, then video games would have taken over, and no one. The glory of football is gladiator. Do you want to see people bleed?
Little kids looking up to sports figures. A little kid's not going to look up to like AI Bobby Johnson. Like that's not how that kind of works.
I would say we wouldn't, but these younger kids, they don't care about real people.
No, but the younger kids aren't even watching sports.
That's what I'm saying. They don't care.
They don't care about sports. But I got to go back to something No Saint said, because I think And I look, we love No Saints, so I know there's no malice or anything, but I
Yeah.
still think that you're following the racist regime. Like you're like, well, Tom Brady can think faster. He can think faster. Like I think you're saying it without realizing you're just following the racist
No.
ideals that
I
no
understand.
say wait, let me finish.
Okay.
I think that's really what it is because it's like Haran says, like, well, they're already going into it. Let's say you're a black player, you're already going into it, like I ain't gonna be a fucking quarterback, but I could be a running back. I could be a
Right.
linebacker. You're already going in with that. Like it's indoctrinated. Like the white players are going in a certain way, thinking I could be the next Tom Brady, and the black players are going in like, well, I could be a running back. It's still interwoven in the racism of. I mean, even for you to say, well, Tom Brady thinks faster. No, well, I'm sure there's a plethora of black men who think just as fast as Tom Brady, but they will not allow it. It's 2023, and we're saying, well, now there's more black quarterbacks. You know that there could have always been black quarterbacks, but the NFL is racist at the core. At the core of it, still is to this day. You just can't get caught on an email or a voicemail, but it's very, very racist. And those feelings, those ideas are still there. I think you still think that way, but it comes from racist ideals because those are men. Those are men. Those are just men. This brain isn't better than that brain. That brain isn't better. They're just men. And if you say that Tom Brady thinks faster, then you are thinking racial.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm gonna respond to that. I never
Okay.
said Tom Brady. I said the quarterback position, and Tom Brady was a quarterback at that level. Their brains process faster. Anybody that plays Patrick Mahomes for Kansas, anybody that plays at an elite level, their brains process things faster. So it could be a black quarterback, it could be a white quarterback. All I'm saying is that Tom Brady didn't get there from his athleticism because he's not that athletic. He got there because he had a fast processing brain. I didn't say black people didn't have. I understand that trope, okay? But there are plenty of black quarterbacks that play college football every year. There's only a few that are ever going to be elite, black or white. It doesn't matter who you are. And if the NFL if it was something against black quarterbacks, I know the old generation, believe me, I know the generation that used to say that, and I never agreed with that, okay? I never agreed that.
Well, it's this generation, though. Say like, what do you mean the generation that used to say that?
I remember the generation before me.
So they're still around. We're basically saying
they're
we're saying they're still around.
But I'm saying I never thought that. I realized
Well, that's wonderful, and we know that.
We know that you don't think that.
But let me finish that. What I'm saying is that I understand why at one time there wasn't there wasn't as many opportunities for black players and sometimes even today you'll find that you go out, you're setting up a high school program or little league, and if the white kid's slower than the black kid's going to get like the wide receiver, right? I mean, that makes sense, right? So they don't get as much exposure, maybe as a quarterback, right? I'm talking about little league stuff. But what I'm saying is when you get to a certain level, like I said, on Saturday, I would have to check in how many black quarterbacks play college football. It's hard. It is incredibly difficult to make it in the NFL at that position, no matter what color you are. So, and what I'm telling you is you're saying, well, the NFL, it's because they're racist. Then why is there any black players on the field?
No say.
That's a good one. No say. I know you know better than that. No say.
Come on,
No say. Why did you do that, man? You were going real. You were
doing good.
No, I'm just saying. What I'm saying is
a little bit.
What I'm saying is this: it's like the NFL is going to put whoever is going to help that franchise win. So if there is someone that is going to beat out.
No Saint just gave us that I have a black friend.
No.
Yes, you did. That was crazy.
You're saying there's not black quarterbacks because there's racism. Now, I'm saying first of all, there are black quarterbacks.
But the DNA of the NFL.
No, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. The DNA of the NFL is racist. It's still racist to today. Now, a white person will employ anything non-white if it makes them money. That's why it is predominantly black. Okay? That is why there are black players. You're saying,
Right.
well, if it was racist, why would they black?
So all right.
But this is why there's black people in a lot of white spaces because they make money for white people, just like on the plantation. You think the slave masters like them slaves on there? You think they like looking at them? Well, you know, the black slave masters like having sex with the black slave women. But in general, they didn't even want them in their house. They thought a certain way. That's why they were there, though. So you can still picture you're a white billionaire. I don't give a fuck that you're black running the ball for me. You could be green. I don't give a now. You're not coming to my house. You're not marrying my daughter. But you could definitely put on my uniform. That's why there are black players there. My only question to you is this: Tom Brady, the black equivalent of Tom Brady. You're a football owner. Who are you gonna pick?
Yeah, both of them on the same team.
Yeah, you just those are your only choices.
I'm trading one of them.
No, those are your only choices. Like, the average football owner, right? The average team owner. You got a Tom Brady and the black version of Tom Brady. You are not putting that Negro in that position. You're just not. You're not going to do it.
You think there wouldn't be a backlash from NFL fans if that happened? Be honest, you know what I'm saying?
They go ham. They go ham.
You think?
You're saying if a black quarterback beats out a white quarterback?
No. We were basically what she's basically asking is this: if there was let's just say for shits and giggles, a black equivalent to Tom Brady, and you had the opportunity to put him on your team, but you also have someone who is just as good, but maybe a margin a little bit below, you know what I mean, that black guy. But he's still good, all boy, all American white. Yeah. Would you choose the white guy or the black guy?
Yeah, I think that I want to say Terry Bradshaw and the Steelers, that kind of happened. The black quarterback back in the 70s. I want to say that Terry Bradshaw. So I'm not saying that wouldn't happen. You know, I'm not saying if they're equivalent. I'm not saying that wouldn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say that because they're trying to for
because you're trying to say because you have to look at it like this.
Yeah.
Let's be real here. Yes, you're running a business. You want the best team possible, but you also have a fan base. You also have a customer base, and most of them are fucking racist. Let's just call it what it is.
You don't want to go woke and go broke.
That's the phrase. Go woke. You know what I mean? Go woke, go broke.
Right.
That's been the phrase with so much shit right now.
Right.
Now, by putting a black man in a position other than a lineman, you know what I mean, a running back, you know what I mean, and so on and so forth, you know what I mean, and putting him, you know what I mean, instead of that, and you're actually putting him in the position of an esteemed quarterback. It's gonna be some controversy attached to that. Let's not be disingenuous.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you there. That if all things equal, I don't disagree with that at all. All I'm saying is that in the NFL, it normally isn't playing out like that. All things are never that close when it comes to
like, for instance, I'll give you an example.
All things are never that close, but all things in the NFL are racist. I think Kaepernick proved that, from the fans to the owners to the coaches. Kaepernick proved it hasn't changed much. Get that motherfucker off the field. Get that nigger off the field. Get out of here. Don't play. Burning his jersey because he took a fucking knee. He didn't punch a white woman in the face. He didn't spit on a white coach. He took a knee, minded his little business, and took a knee. And that shit, I mean, I'm surprised they didn't bring out Confederate flags the next day.
Yeah.
That is the fiber of football to this day. This wasn't 10 years ago. This wasn't a generation ago. This was Kaepernick, got blacklisted because he took a knee. He wasn't even disrupting the game. He wasn't even like, I'm going to run around in the middle and I'm going to disrupt the game. He just took a knee. That is how racist the fiber is. And we cannot pretend that the owners are not going to cater to their fan base via marketing. So if the two are equal, we could play semantics. Well, you know, in football, things are never that equal. Well, let's say hypothetically, You got a Tom Brady and a black Tom Brady. That black Tom Brady can get the fuck on and go do running back or something else, because we are not going to put this black guy in the place of a white guy, because we still have a fan base and we like making money. So we're going to keep it all American, bars and stars, Eagle. We're going to play the military commercials in the beginning, and the niggers better not kneel. That's football in a nutshell.
You want to know? You know what sport is very racist, and Jen could attest to this. Fucking boxing. Okay, that shit is racist as fuck. You know what I mean? They don't like to give any, you know what I mean, boxers of color any kind of props over white boxers, and a lot of these white boxers are fucking horrible. You know what I mean? You know, they get a lot of, press and so on and so forth, more so than they should. You know what I mean? Yeah, the white boxers, they're fucking, a lot of them are fucking terrible, man. You know what I mean? And they can't take a punch in it. Anyway, you know what I mean?
I wonder who they are too. You mean Italians?
You know nah.
Rocky don't come after the Gypsy King. Don't come after the Gypsy King.
What's funny is that the funny thing about him is that he is an example of, it is important to understand the fundamentals of boxing.
Yeah.
Because he knocked out a dude that was just shredded, even though he had fucking chicken legs. But he was shredded. But the other, you know what I'm saying? Homie, he did not have the concept of, he did not have the fundamentals, on point. He just had a hell of a, right hand. But anyway, I'm gonna give you another scenario. How a certain situation would benefit me. If I'm in a liberal state like New York, and I'm going up for a tech job, and I know the other motherfucker's white, and we're both at the final round, we're both at the inch, and it's like it can go either way. If that whole fucking staff, if 95% of that staff is white, and they got to make that shit look good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm most likely getting the job, not because I'm so much better than him. It's because it's the politics that's connected to the situation. Yeah. So it's just like in those situations, it's like we got to be honest with ourselves. We're like, it's usually going to swing wherever the fuck you at, you know what I mean, or whatever the fuck the culture dictates. And in the case of football, you know what I mean, yes, racism and the perception, you know what I mean, of white intellectual dominance does play a factor.
Yeah, I don't like that. I understand that narrative. I understand. Mm-hmm. I've heard that narrative. I don't think it's true.
Okay.
But to say that these quarterbacks, because there's plenty of average white quarterbacks that don't have the mental capacity to play quarterback, and they're not in the league that long, right? So all I'm saying is, when you get to the top, whether you're white or black, you do. I'm not saying black people don't have that mental. They do. Patrick Mahomes, perfect example. I'm just saying that very few do to play at that level. Very few. That's just. I mean, it's hard without. Listen, I'm not. I couldn't. To know the bet when you see the difference between the quarterback that's getting one or two plays, or he's a single read quarterback, or a Drew Brees who's at the line of scrimmage diagnosing everything that's going on, knowing each route that these four receivers are going to run, knowing who's blocking what direction. Dude, that is a mental capacity that not a lot of people have. That's all I'm saying. White, black, whoever. And that's why they rise to the top.
Okay, well, let me say this. Last 10 minutes, guys. If you are a talent and you've been sitting back there scared to death, you still have a chance to come up and win that $100. If you sing, rap, act, or dance, I just dropped the link. If you want to come in the ninth inning and take the $100, click on that link. I'll clear the panel and you will be up here performing. No, Saint, what I wanted to say to you is that it's not a narrative. The NFL is racist. It's not a narrative.
I'm saying the narrative. I'm saying the people that use the narrative that white people play quarterback because they're smarter is a trope, and it's not true. I'm not.
I thought you said that.
No, I never said you.
I thought you said that. Tom Brady. If I rewind this and I hear you say that Tom Brady, didn't you hear that?
That's because you heard it from a white guy. All I was saying.
No,
Brady.
If I rewind it and you say, well, Tom Brady, his mind works faster than I'm gonna clip it and I'm gonna DM it to you.
Faster than an average person at that position. That's not that. I didn't say his mind works faster than a black guy at that position. That's not what I said. I said and I said it reiterated that anybody that gets to that level, their minds are working faster than the middle of the pack quarterback in the NFL, white, black, or whomever. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it takes a special person to play that position at that level, and especially it's not just the brain, it's the putting in the work, everything I was saying. And that's not white or black. That's just anybody that makes it to the top.
Okay.
Of the,
So this
but
this
wait, real
this
quick, wait, I want to ask her.
this is
Lily, I want to ask her.
yes.
Been waiting for this meme for a while.
Why? Thanks, Tristan. Why do I'm curious because I've always been curious about this. Why is it that white players in the NBA are mostly have a C at the end of their name, and they're mostly like from Lithuania or Chechnya or what's the one Yugoslavia that broke up? And
white players in the NBA,
like, and some of them are MVP like Jokic. Why don't we have more white ball players from the United States? Why are the best ones coming out of these small countries with like a fifth of the population?
They focus primarily on the fundamentals, and by primarily focusing on the fundamentals of basketball, again, like I said, with the fundamentals of boxing, you can actually excel. This is one of the reasons why a number of black players now are having trouble because they are not concentrating on the fundamentals of basketball. They're hot dogging, they're doing all kinds of wild shit. They're posing for fucking, posters. They're worried about their fucking contracts and so on and so forth. So this is one of the reasons in these European areas and in all these foreign areas, they're concentrating on the fundamentals of the game. And this can be attested to a number of disciplines, in comparison to American culture. A lot of places are concentrating on the fundamentals when it comes to education, when it comes to all these other things. And this is the reason why we're not able to compete with them. We're doing dumb shit here.
I agree with Kari. Kari said black quarterbacks don't even get the chance, and also they're hungrier and
European players.
And don't have black guys dunking on them daily. Yeah, I know what you said, no saying, but it's the same thing in Dominican Republic. These babies are pushed out in Dominican Republic and they put a little baseball uniform on them and a bat in their hand. How many players are from the Dominican Republic?
Yeah.
It's a baseball player farm in the Dominican Republic. They're trying to ship them kids, out here. It's like, we got the best ball players, but it's like they're hungrier. It's like, this is all I do. Baseball is all I do.
I got a theory too that, when I was growing up, we just said, well, shit, white people aren't good at basketball. So we grew up with this like kind of thing that, well, we're not going to ever be as good. I think over in Eastern Europe, they don't grow up like that. They don't grow up like that.
But that's the same thing we're saying.
Exactly. That's the point.
Yeah, no. And from what Kyrie said, they don't get the chance. I will agree that, like, for instance, what Haran was saying, a black quarterback like Cam Newton is put much more under a microscope than a white quarterback in the same, like I say, a Ben Roethlisberger or somebody like much more of a microscope, much more criticized, much more. It's not fair for sure. But as far as like, but they get chance. I mean, they do get chances. They just get a lot of times they'll get yanked a lot faster. They don't get the same amount of string to mess up.
Well, that's because those QBs are black. Like if Cam Newton were to be running around with 3 baby mamas like Tom Brady, he would have been out the league. Nobody mentions that. Tom Brady is a serial baby mama maker.
Really?
I didn't know that. Wow.
I didn't know that.
And then even with Brett Favre, like we still don't know what's going on with that. Because if that was a black player, that would have never.
That would have been Terrell Owens that did what.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I will say that's where I'll say, and what Jen said earlier, I agree with you as far as like the NFL, like that whole Colin Kaepernick thing that happened. I was thinking to myself, holy shit, they are in the middle of something that they don't even know how to handle. Because if they go with Colin Kaepernick, then you got a whole bunch of racist white fans that are going to boycott, which Trump stirred that shit up. And if you go the other way, suddenly it looks like they were in the middle, like, fuck, we just want to put a product out on the field and we don't want any of this shit going on. But it was too late because the media was showing everything and covering it. And yeah, they took a hit on that. But because bottom line is they want to make money. They don't want to be in the middle of any kind of politics. You know what I mean? And it was.
And they don't want to be so blatant with their racism.
And like you said, though, but the majority of the fans are what? They're going to be white people, right? So they're like thinking, well, fuck, I don't want to piss. And not obviously not all the white people. Like for me, I was like, I'm not fucking boycotting shit either way. I'm watching my football. I don't give a, I'm not boycotting. That's what I like to do. But that is funny.
Get suspended from Facebook.
If any team was racist, it's New England, man. They had like all the white receivers. They kept on getting the Wes Welkers.
Bowling, like I play for New England. That's Aaron Hernandez's team.
Of course, she talks about the murderer, right? Of course, out of all.
Excuse me, Tristan. What would you do if somebody bumped into you in a nightclub and then started popping off at the mouth?
Walk away.
Oh, look at Jake Corvese. Look at Corvese.
Jake Corvese. Jake Corvese. Cavassier. No, I'm saying Cavassier.
I was like, who's that?
He said, I'll say it because I can. Kaepernick was trash. I mean, he could. I mean, maybe he was a bad player. That's not the point. The point is that black man knelt, and the Confederates, they rose up from the ashes like phoenixes. They're like, yes, we can finally say nigger. Yes, we can finally get these sons of bitches off the field. Doesn't matter if he was a good or bad player.
I have watched the game because Kaepernick could play.
Yes.
I said what they did was, you affect my bottom line.
Yes.
Them owners can be as racist as they want, but they're gonna look at the numbers. If this black wide receiver makes me an extra $20, put that motherfucker at wide receiver. I said Kaepernick wasn't trash. I said the issue was he felt something, he took a knee on it. I said, and that's what it is, because when they put him in the game at the end of the season, if he were to play like that whole season, he could have won MVP. But they benched him because of the quote unquote negative media attention he was getting.
Yeah, I would say that when Kaepernick was out of the league, there were probably 10 quarterbacks, at least 10 quarterbacks, maybe a few more, that he could have been on a team and beat out in the NFL. So he wasn't trash. He wasn't top. He wasn't top echelon. He wasn't trash either. There were a lot of quarterbacks playing that year that they kicked him out that he was better than, for sure.
I said now he's trash because that's a physical sport. You cannot not play for a year and thinking, oh, I'm gonna pick up where I left off. No, it's a wrap. That's it.
Well, and what happened to Cam Newton was, like anybody that is physical, you're gonna drop off your physicality. Like, he did a lot of running and took a lot of hard hits, and that takes it. I mean, I'm surprised how young he is. Like, because we have quarterbacks playing at 40 now or older, and he's only in his early 30s, but he's just beat up because he would use his physicality. They used him like that too. But yeah.
Noah J. Okay, if you're saying the defense took him to Super Bowl, name me somebody on that defense.
What's that?
No, Jay Cavassier talking about that defense took him to the Super Bowl. Name me somebody on that defense.
Yeah, I could.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can name somebody.
They
had one of the best linebackers in the league at the time too.
People make it seem like it's such an issue to talk about race. Okay, racism is there. Okay, let's talk about it. It's not that big of a deal to talk about it.
I mean, the thing is this. I mean, when you have that being part of the DNA of anything, like this country, for instance, right? And then you're going to add in the amount of money that gets, transferred through. It's hard to believe that anything will be fair. or just straight off of merit. Just about every industry has been compromised at this point. I mean, the music industry, you don't need to be able to sing to be a singer. You don't need to be able to rap or write to be a writer. You don't have to act to be an actor. Um, but then I love Haran's point, because it's about, like they said, they're only focusing on the bottom line now, even if they gotta just do some type of whatever they gotta do to get to their bottom line. I can't speak on sports. I don't know anything about sports. You know what I'm saying? Um, but what I will say though is when it comes to money, shit gets real tricky.
Mhm.
Shit gets real tricky, and fair goes out the window immediately. With that amount of money, because I'm always thinking, if they, like Jen said, if they could afford to play one player that much, how much money is going through this franchise?
Yeah,
And to think
a,
anything is fair,
a
come the
lot.
hell on.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that, you know, and again, it goes to the unfairness of how when the NFL started and the franchises were not that expensive, certain families got those franchises and now they're worth billions of dollars. So it's mostly, I mean, pretty much all, I'm going to say they might have some minority owners, like partial owners in some of the teams, but pretty much all the owners are white, right? Um, because when it started in the 20s, black people weren't going to be able to own a football team back in the 20s. Um, but that being said, most businesses, if you own it, whether it's Bill Gates, they make a lot more money than their employees working under them, no matter
Right,
if they're white or black.
right.
So,
I mean, but
I
you're
mean, no,
supposed to.
no, you're supposed to. We're not saying that
Yeah.
they're supposed. We're not saying that the players are supposed to make as much as the owners. That would be asinine. What we
Mhm.
are saying that anything, and I say anything,
Anything,
and
anything.
I'm not using this either. Anything white owned in this country that's making billions of dollars was most likely built on a foundation of racism and still is to this day. And I mean anything. The banks in the entertainment industry, the sports, anything that white people began in this country and is still predominantly white, the government, the NFL, anything. You best believe the core of it is racism, the core of it. When you peel back all the layers, and anything that's making billions of dollars for white people will never be fair to people of color, never be fair. Now, I'm not saying that they should be getting paid the same amount as the owners. I'm talking about fairness. Forget the money
Yeah.
for a minute. I'm talking about fairness. It will never be fair. It wouldn't even make sense.
Mm-mm.
I'm Latina. If I had $1 billion company, white people ain't making more than people of color. It wouldn't make sense. Why would I look out for a complete other race or ethnicity? It's nonsensical. If
wait.
black people, go ahead. Go ahead.
Who's the highest paid quarterback in the NFL right now?
You tell me. I don't know
Black
football.
man,
Yeah.
Lamar
You tell
Jackson.
me.
Lamar
Hell,
Jackson.
And how
Baltimore
Followed
Ravens.
by,
many?
followed by, I think, Patrick Mahomes, who's another black man
Mm-hmm,
playing quarterback.
mm-hmm. In
So,
comparison to how many white ones you said?
no,
And
no, no, no,
over
no.
how
You
many
said that you
years?
wouldn't pay a white person as much as you're paying a Latina. I'm saying they're paying at the top position in the NFL two black guys more than they're paying anybody else in the NFL.
Okay, because they're doing what for those white people? What are they doing for those white
The
people? They're just
same
paying
as
it because they.
what?
Wait a minute. They're paying him that because they like black people. No saint.
Or
Well,
or
no,
that
no.
he's
I'm
so
trying to ask you.
good.
You're saying that you're going to pay a white guy more than a black guy at
No,
the
I'm
same
saying that. No,
No,
no, no. That's not what I'm saying.
that's
I'm
not what
saying
we're
it is
saying.
not. It is nonsensical. Okay, and a little. We're veering into fantasy land to think that any race or ethnicity that's in charge of any group. I don't care if it's selling ices on the corner. I don't care if you're selling ices on the corner. Okay. If you own it, you are not going to look out for another ethnicity or race. Now, there's an exception to the rule. There's an exception to the rule. I'm a Latin billionaire. I'm hiring black and Latin employees. And there's that one white guy that knows how to market my shit to make more money for me. Then the white guy can come on in. You
Right,
understand? So when you bring up,
right.
well, who's the highest
no, no.
paid black player? The highest paid one is a black one. Then obviously that black player is extraordinary in the sea of black men. He has to be subhuman extraordinary, where a white guy is going to say, in a racist franchise, let's give that nigger some more money. Look at all the money he's bringing in. They love him. Give him more money. There's an exception to the rule, but the rule is white owned, white ruled, white billionaires. Of course, there's an exception to the rule. I'd make an exception if there was a white guy that was better than the rest of my team. I'd make that exception too.
Or if I had to fill a quota to make more money, whatever is going to be good for my bottom line.
Simon, you up here hella late. I don't see your face, and you know you're not gonna have sound.
Exactly.
I mean, let's just cut to the chase.
Here we go.
We about to close, and he coming up here with no sound. Hi, Simon.
And well, I'll be honest on that. I said the thing is, it's not about they'll pay any black people any amount of money. The issue is they don't want another LeBron James. Because when LeBron James got that power, what did he start talking about? Ownership. He says, I want to own a team. Now, if we just make these players the highest paid, okay, we'll do that. But they're not talking about ownership. Everything is going to change when they say, hey, I want certain percentage of this team.
Right. Right.
And that's what they want to avoid. I
Right.
said that's where it's going. That's why they're not trying. Like Lamar's the highest paid, but he's not talking about ownership. I guarantee you, within the next few years, they're gonna start asking Tom Brady, "Hey, do you want to be a small minority owner in so and so team?" They're not going to ask Lamar Jackson that.
No one is giving up power. No one is giving up power.
Yeah.
No one. Nobody.
Yeah,
no one's giving up
Jen,
power.
I would say, Jen, a better example, if you want to say, because to me, the play, saying
I like my example, no saying, but
and I'll say this because again, the racism in the NFL, I would say you can see it more in coaches. That's where I think you can. Really
keep trying to cut the pie, no saying. Like you keep trying
There's
to like,
no way to
no,
cut the
it's
pie,
not.
no saying.
You keep trying to cut the pie. It's a
There's no way to cut
racist
it.
franchise from top to bottom. Of course, we'll have a nice guy. It's like the abolitionists. Yes, of course, no saying. You'd be on there helping the slaves over to the. I understand they're nice white people. Trust me, I know. Okay. You're one of them, George. We're still watching him. I think he got a Confederate flag in his back pocket. I'm not sure, but that's okay too, because I like honesty.
Right.
I'm saying that from top to bottom, the core, the mix, the ingredients is racist. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that there are no nice white people. No saying. I know plenty of them. I've worked with them. I do know this. I'm just saying it is what it is. Here he come again with the. Hi, Simon.
What's up?
How you doing? What you got to add to this discussion before we close? Because we fit in the close.
Oh, you can hear me.
Yes.
That's interesting. I think your conversation was dope, man. I think your conversation was dope. It's meaningful, and it's gonna actually do a lot for a lot of folk. In terms of, I'm just slowing it down. Don't get me wrong, I'm just slowing it down for me because it's been kind of like, Grand Prix. But I always love Jen on the Block, man. Like,
it's on the block with Jen. If you love it, get it right. It's right there in black and white.
You see what she just did? God damn.
There you go. It's like Sesame Street on
the block with
Jen. Very good.
Yeah, I'm learning, man. I'm in my 40s. I'm still learning.
You'll get there. All right, guys. So I think we're gonna close out. I mean, I could keep going, but I don't want to keep. I can keep going, but I don't want. And this is no Saints thing. We talking football now. He like, hold up a minute. Let me roll up my sleeves.
Yeah.
But we gotta go. I don't want to hold my team longer. And no one else is coming up to block talent battle. So we have to pick from the lot that came up today.
I'm disappointed that Haran didn't have more comments on this situation because he always has some brilliant things to say. So,
oh, thank you.
I think somebody just poked you in the chest, Haran.
I got.
He's like, I got nothing.
We'll talk.
Yeah, Haran.
Vegas.
There you go. And I'll be camera rolling.
Yep. I'll get another angle, Jen. I'll get the other angles.
Oh, we're gonna need two angles: camera rolling, speed, roll sound.
I know we don't. Maybe it's something for off. I know we don't. Is there is there some definites? Like, how many definites are talking
We
about?
gotta check. We have to check for the definites.
Yeah.
What you mean? What
People are-
definites?
Like, do we have like how many people are invited?
Oh, we'll talk behind the scenes because we don't want everybody in our business.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'll do a little group chat. That way we can throw ideas in there of what we want to do when we get together. And I got a head count already. And I told people I'm not chasing anybody. The only people I'm dealing with as far as itinerary and flights and scheduling is the people that contact me. I'm not chasing anybody. So you guys know, you got the word. I put the word out to everybody. I'm not traveling and getting people together is complicated enough. I can't chase you. So either you're coming or you're not.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go with the people who said yes, they're coming. So I'm gonna do a group chat, no saying, and I'll throw in some little ideas in there of what I want to do when you guys come out, and I'll also confirm what you're asking.
Okay.
Yeah. Put me in that, Jen.
We'll get back to you, Simon.
I'll be down on that list like nothing. It'll be like, oh no.
We'll get back to you. I mean, I have a funny feeling you'd miss your flight. I just have a funny feeling. I got a funny feeling you'd miss your flight.
And I'll be in the corner praying that it
Yeah. Shout out to Tristan Drake. Tristan Drake is the one.
Hello, how you doing?
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Congratulations on your marriage as well.
Thank you so much on my engagement. I appreciate you for
I was gonna say, I didn't know he was married.
So basically, you would miss that goddamn plane. You don't even know that.
I don't miss a plane. Nigga.
We don't be like, where's that? Was Simon? Wasn't he supposed to be with you? No, he said he was going to be with you.
I love Jen. Jen is a gem. That you should switch the J to the G. Switch the J to the G.
You know what? I'll just keep the J.
No.
It's been working. It's still working
for me.
I just want to say something as well. Guess who I heard? I heard our man Alkaline City, and he was on there talking about how he beat up Unk on this panel. He beat him up.
Hold on. What did you? Oh, you.
Where was he talking? Where was he talking?
When they had to beat up.
So Unk had a debate tonight against somebody who believes in flat Earth, and it was on a conference channel. It was on Sunnet, and he was up on the panel talking about how he already beat up Unk, and Unk followed him to another channel, and he beat him up again. I was in the chat saying, "Man, you were crying like a bitch."
Wait, did he go off the way he did up here?
No.
That's so weird.
That is very weird.
No, he was
because he doesn't go off like that on the Star Report either. That's weird. That reminds me of another character, a woman we used to get up here all the time. And you guys know who I'm talking about. Always going the fuck off like an animal. And then you see her on other panels, and she's just sitting there with a little.
Yeah, she was just like, just get on motherfuckers' necks like a rabid raccoon and shit.
Right. Let me find out, because I was surprised to hear Alkaline on the Star Report, and I'm like, he was acting like a normal human being.
Yeah, now
other than the fact that he believes in a flat Earth and Moth and
it's amazing to watch, man. Like the young lady, she's calm. She lets people speak. She's dressed like she's about to churn butter. You know what I mean? It's an amazing thing to watch.
This is scary. I'm sorry. Go ahead and sign me out. I'll be with the animals.
Let me stop. Let's go. Let's get out of here before it gets even worse.
All right, guys.
I love that new cut with your hair, Lil. Nice. That's all I mean.
Lily.
But thank you though. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I still thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Is he a rapper? Lil Wayne.
Lil Lily.
I like that.
Lil YB. No, hold on. It's Lil YB Limited. Lil YB Limited.
Little YB.
On the black. That's funny.
Right. Listen, in honor of Star, he'll figure, nigga. I can't say it the way he says it.
He'll figure, nigga.
I just can't, and I just can't say it. Period.
Smart guy. Smart
Smart
guy.
man, I say. Yeah, we didn't even get our raise. Next time, let's bring this back next week. I got some juicy topics coming that'll get us arguing and our blood flowing. It's getting better and better. Thank you so much, chat, for holding me down. Thank you for
I
the
love
super
this
chats. Thank you for
place,
voting.
man. The block is the shit. Where else can you find shit like this? You probably done made $100 tonight. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna cut your lights off because of the block tonight, man. It's a
Yep,
beautiful place, man. It's a
Yep.
beautiful place, man.
it really is. I feel like I'm sitting out on my fire escape right now. I'm chilling.
Don't
There
say
you
that.
go.
Looking at the neighborhood.
Good
Actually,
night.
I'm up.
Oh, Tristan's got to take us out. Tristan's got.
Oh,
Oh,
where's Tristan? Oh,
Oh,
Tristan, take us out. Yeah,
okay.
Haran been dying to get out of here. He probably got a date. Haran
Pretty.
been saying he gonna drop for a minute.
I'm about to go sit on the stoop myself on the block. Just
So,
chill for about 30 minutes. It's so nice
Mm.
outside.
so now,
Don't forget to support the show On the Block with Jen Cash app. Okay, and if you want to be a sponsor and you want me to play your music for 10 minutes straight at the beginning of Block Talent Battle, On the Block with Jen at Gmail for business. Take us out, Tristan.
okay, so we know, like, I know Lily have seen him, right? So Lily, remember Jen's ex that's been going around sending the whole screenshots of what Jen told him?
Oh, that.
No. Who? What ex? Who's doing that?
Your ex messaged us, right?
Which
And he
one?
and he showed us the message that you sent him. Okay,
Okay.
right? So
Let's see.
Jen, this is from your inbox. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Funny how exes block you right after a breakup, but couldn't figure out how to block On the Block with Jen during your whole relationship.
Oh, are you talking about ex panelists? Okay.
I love you all, class.
good night.
Shots fired, bitch, on the way out. Shots fired on the way out. If you're still here, please hit that like and subscribe for Mama on the way out. Support the show. Let your friends know you still have a shot next weekend. Block Talent Battle. We will have to pick our $100 winner from this batch this week. You could come back if you don't win this week. Come back and perform next week, okay? And let your talented friends know. It may not be you, maybe somebody you know who sings, raps, or dances. Thank you for being here, guys. And catch us all week on the block with Jen, trending topics, interviews, funs, laughs, arguments, all of that. All right, guys. Good night. Thank you, chat.